Right, in this lesson we're going to look at rendering. Right, I've got my scene here and I want to render out how it looks. There's a setting up here. This is your display render settings window. Click that once. CAM software takes quite a lot of the resources off the computer, that's why it's acting so slow. Right, you have this box come up. Now this is a render settings box. Render using, Maya has got its own built-in renderer, so it's got a Maya software renderer. The hardware renderer is for, we'll later be covering that, that's for rendering certain parts out, like sparks and things like that, that are rendered onto and create an alpha channel with them, so that you can put them into compositing programs, which we'll also look at because I'm going to do a tutorial on combustion, which is a very powerful compositing program. Also allows you to put special effects in. So it won't, the one we'll be looking at mainly is Maya software. Now I normally have Mental Ray, which is a great renderer. I haven't loaded the plugin for it. I will load it in later and I will show you how to load it in if it's not displaying, but you might have an option here saying Mental Ray. But for now we're going to use the Maya software renderer. Frame extension number, this is if you're using animation, there's different settings in here. You don't have to worry about it at the moment, it's just going to do a single frame, which is whatever frame we're on. Image format, you can select what image format. I'm going to choose JPEG, and name prefix, so I'll name this lesson and then underscore, and then basically if its output is more than one frame it will be lesson underscore 1, lesson underscore 2, etc, etc, but at the moment I'll just leave it lesson underscore. Camera, this is the camera that is going to do the rendering from. In this case, perspective window is going to be rendered out. Don't have to worry about the RGB alpha channels yet, we're not going to deal with that. You do have to worry about the image size. At the moment this is set for 644/80. You can change all these sizes down here. Allows you to change them, maintain width, height ratio, and the resolution that you output. If you're outputting for a magazine, for example, at a certain size, you probably want to set it on the minimum of 300 ppi, dpi, and put in whatever size you like to output it to. So for now, we just touched on this, but there is a lot more to it. But at the moment, this is enough to be getting on with. Okay, and now simply we're going to hit this button here, which is render current frame. So we're rendering that out. It does take a while, but this should be quite quick. So there we go, that's rendered straight out. When I'm rendering multiple frames, I'll probably stop the video and end it there and show you the result of it in the next video, as it can take hours to render frames out, and I haven't got that time. I've only got 10 minutes of videoing on YouTube. So there you go, that's rendered out. Bit chunky, but it's okay. That's good. Right, so close that down. So now you know how to render this out, which is always good. So that's the first step in rendering. We'll be covering much more of this in later videos, but so you know now how to create basic shapes, render, transform the objects as you like. That's a good first step. Next video we'll be looking at other aspects of it, the lighting in particular, and that could cover, I'll try and do it in one video, but it might well cover three or four videos. Okay, that's it for now. So play around with that, create different coloured blocks, stack them up so they look like skyscrapers, and then render them all out and see how you get on.